The project that we're working on takes an interest in film and television, especially fictional film and television, and the way that it engages with politics, more generally, the narratives and emotions of politics, and also more specifically populist politics. And we're working in particular on 5 Western European countries, which is France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the United Kingdom. Countries chosen both because they have significant important media industries, they produce and distribute a lot of audiovisual content, but also because they're countries that have interesting histories and relationships with populist politics in the recent decades.
Yes, and from these 5 countries, we actually study television series that portray how political processes work, such as Borgen or Baron Noir, but we're also interested in the indirect portrayals of politics, such as detective shows. I'm thinking of Sherlock, or popular comedies, Bienvenue chez les Ch'tis in France, dealing with local or national identities, and also Italian comedian Checco Zalone, among others. We look at how these fictional products are appropriated, remediated on social media by viewers. We use this content to comment upon and share emotions relating to contemporary political events.
And populist narratives generally have been studied indeed from lots of different disciplinary perspectives within political science or within legal studies, as well as in media studies, where, however, the focus has generally been on a kind of more informational side of the media, so social media, fake news, reality television, and so forth, and less, to a lesser extent, from the perspective of culture generally, or a populist kind of culture. And this is perhaps surprising considering the contemporary digital media context, where those kinds of content that you were mentioning, films and television shows, alongside also reality shows or political campaigns and social media, all come through one uninterrupted, often global flow through the same screen that reaches us. Yet at the same time, previous studies of populism have tended perhaps to, or of populist narratives particularly, to pick out certain elements of these and just study them within the boundaries of single disciplines.
In fact, this is what the support of the Constructive Advanced Thinking program has helped us to do. We have tried to step outside of single disciplinary boundaries by the conversations that we have had with scholars at different institutes. So we are now trying to approach these questions from the perspective of film and television studies, digital methods, political communication, and in general, the approach of cultural studies. We're also interested in how these questions relate to real-world contexts. That's why we have partnered with 2 stakeholder organizations in critical media literacy as well as in political youth participation. And we're trying to think of how our findings might be applicable, for example, in the context of higher education.
And while we're here at the Institute, we've also, thanks to the support of the Institute itself, as well as an ongoing project that we've been working on in Italy, that's funded by the Italian Ministry for Universities and Research, we're organizing a workshop. We're inviting some colleagues from across Europe here to talk about these same kinds of issues of the political dimensions of the production, distribution, circulation, reception of fictional film and television. And in particular, we're going to be thinking about how these tie to certain key issues such as cultural identity or nationalism.